Good morning. Today is March 11th, and today I want to talk about a topic that's important to me. It's integrity. And I titled this episode The Integrity Filter. Integrity is the quiet discipline that protects the truth. It filters noise before it spreads, protects credibility, and preserves our ability to govern ourselves. There was a senator from Wyoming named Alan Simpson, and he kind of invented what we can call the Simpson paradox. And here's what it says: if you have integrity, nothing else matters. If you don't have integrity, nothing else matters. It sounds like a joke, but the more I think about it, the more truth I see in that sentence. Integrity is the foundation every other value sits on top of. When integrity is present, trust grows. When integrity disappears, trust collapses, no matter how good the word sounds. That's why today's episode is called The Integrity Filter. Let me start with a Wyoming picture. Imagine a rancher fixing a fence in a long winter. The snow's drifted hard against the wire, the posts lean a little bit. Some sections sag where the wind has pushed them for months, but before that rancher tightens that wire again, there's one step that always happens first. You walk the entire line, you check each post, you check your fence, because without a fence, you really can't control your revenue source, the thing that keeps your ranch alive, the animals that you're stewarding. Once the fence is checked, then we can begin to pull those wires tight again, because tightening a fence weakens. With weak posts just hides the problem. It looks strong for a moment, but the next storm just knocks it down again. Integrity works the same way. Integrity is the inspection, the walk along the fence, the line of our thinking. It checks what we believe before we stretch and message across the landscape. And today we live in a world where information arrives constantly. A headline appears, a video clip spreads, a comment repeats it, then the message shows up again and again and again and again, and something strange begins to happen to us. Our brains start thinking, well, maybe that must be true. Repetition can make an idea feel real even if no evidence exists to support it. That's where the integrity filter becomes essential. The integrity filter is about repeating a claim. Integrity asks just a few simple questions. Is it true? Can it be verified? Is this message useful? Does it actually solve a problem? Or is it designed to divide? Does it strengthen the community? Or is it simply there to create outrage and to divide neighbor against neighbor? If the message fails any of these tests, the solution is simple. Close that tab, click that small X in that button on Facebook or wherever you're seeing it, and move on. Not every message deserves oxygen. We don't need to propagate something that we don't like, and we also need to protect our agency. There's a deeper issue here than misinformation. The real risk is losing our agency. Our ability to act independently is part of the system that we've set up and built. If a message pounds on us long enough, it becomes easy to surrender our judgment and follow the crowd. Integrity restores that control. Integrity reminds us that the responsibility for our words still belong to us. We decide what we believe. We decide what we repeat. We decide what we stand for. Self-government only works when citizens maintain and keep that responsibility within themselves. We inherited a remarkable system. Our parents and grandparents built institutions that allow ordinary people to participate in the governing of the country. They preserve the rule of law, the separation of powers, and the right of citizens to hold leaders accountable. That inheritance creates a responsibility for us. We cannot hand our judgment to the loudest voices or the biggest advertising budget. Integrity means we keep the system grounded in reality. Without integrity, self-government becomes performance instead of leadership. Quiet strength. Integrity rarely trends online. It does not generate viral outrage, but integrity produces something more important. It produces trust. A rope holds because each fiber carries its share of the load. A society works the same way. When individuals protect integrity, the entire structure becomes stronger. Integrity is one of those fibers. Integrity begins with a simple decision. Verify before you repeat something. Think about it before you share it, and stand behind the words that you share. If integrity still matters to you, help grow this conversation and join our movement at scrollguard2026.org.